Everybody, welcome to another episode of the Santa Barbara Zoomcast. I'm Joe Parker, and I got Anne Marie and her husband Mike here today, some locals here in Santa Barbara with a great cause. You know, recently I've put out a post on our Support Santa Barbara Biz online group on Facebook, and this is a platform that a lot of people are rallying behind to support local businesses. And I'm looking for local stories about local businesses, and I come across this story about a nonprofit called the Carousel Challenge. And what these fine folks are up to are trying to get another carousel back in the Santa Barbara waterfront. And it goes way deeper than just having a cool ride to have a couple memories and take a photo with your loved ones or take your kids to. The story that they're trying to bring here in front of all of you through this Zoomcast today is really profound, and it moves me deeply, and I'm excited to share it with you. So Anne Marie and Mike, welcome. Thanks for being here. How are you two doing today?
Great, Joe. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It is indeed. And all right, so why don't you just dive into it? Tell us your story about your connection to the carousel. It's gone now, and you're trying to recreate something even more special than the carousel that was there.
You know, when I came to Santa Barbara for the first time 3.5 years ago, you know, I really didn't know the city too well. And Anne Marie got together, and Genevieve is actually like my adopted daughter, so it's sort of a pretty deep story. But the carousel was a place that we went to and connected it for the very first time. It's got to be the most special place between the two of us. And it just, over the years, it's where we bonded. And as it left, it was so sad to watch it leave. And then last summer on my birthday, on August 6th, I decided, hey, you know, we need to find a way to bring the carousel back. And the best way I could think of was to create an entire developmental center called the Carousel Village, where we would have like a miniature golf course, a carousel, a general store, a place where people with developmental delays can actually work and actually serve us people with smiles, you know. We can go into golfing and have somebody bring us a golf clubs with a big smile, maybe with Down syndrome or autism, and they've got a job, you know, they've got a sense of purpose in life, and they got pride over where they work. And us as Santa Barbarians, we have pride because look what we're doing. We're employing people with developmental delays. We're not just bringing a ride back to town. And then I looked at how many visitors we have, and I was like, wow, Santa Barbara has like 10 million visitors a year, and this beautiful carousel's gone. So what a beautiful thing to bring back something like that, add another attraction like a miniature golf course, and then have people like our Genevieve working there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, not only would it just immediately on face value attract the visitors and the locals because it'd be something fun to do, a great way to spend some time with the family, but wrap it in that story of support for these people that are struggling, you know, with some challenges, you know, and they're having a hard time finding, you know, rewarding work and whatnot, and give them an opportunity to have that in their life and give people the opportunity to interact with them and maybe break down some stereotypes that may exist and everything. And so your daughter, Genevieve, she's autistic, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And epileptic, yes.
And epileptic. Oh, what a challenge. And so something like,
as well, but slowly learning to speak with a communications device.
oh, wow. I mean, hats off to you guys. I mean, this is an incredible story that you have here to share. And I love the vision that you have with it, to take it beyond just a place where tourists or maybe some locals could go, but a place of healing, a place of love that expresses that through just the function of the organization and all the different things that are offered there. And I'm sure it would probably develop into new things that we're not even thinking of yet, just based off of it operating and different ideas coming from the people that interact with the organization. So this is really cool. I'm really excited that you guys are doing this. I hope that you get some momentum from it. So what are we looking to do with this video? We're getting the word out of what you're doing here. I know you've got a great website that talks about it. We'll share that with the video. But what could the community do to help you to bring some more soul, some more life into the waterfront, to show that Santa Barbara is more than just a place that is attracting people to, you know, spend their money and have their life events like weddings and stuff, but more of a place to, you know, create memories and interact with a community that maybe they don't get to interact with. So how can we share your message? What do you want for people to know? What are you looking for?
Well, I'll go ahead and chime in here and answer that the best I can. I have my vision is a little bit deeper than Mike's, and honestly, this isn't even something I have spoken to him about. But I myself am actually 7th generation on my mother's side to this town, which makes Genevieve 8. I would like to see, because of the fact when the carousel was there, it was a place that not only I took, our daughter to go, but when I would be there, it'd be a place where I would be able to interact with other special needs parents,
Right.
Other children, like where that was really their only place to go. So what I would really like to see with the massive shift that is going on in the world right now, and in my opinion, as a local, Santa Barbara needs to be a bigger part of this shift.
Yeah.
And we were really lacking in the city of Santa Barbara any type of work programs for younger children, especially disabled, as you know, and developmentally delayed. But a big thing for me is how they work with the neurotypical other teenagers in school to promote acceptance.
Right.
Where if we could do something where not only we could employ those special need children to make them feel significant, but also to get, neurotypical, quote, even though I really dislike that term, teenagers, to get in there and work and possibly, mentor some of these kids developmentally delayed, like sort of like a big brother, big sister type of relationship.
Yeah.
Where not only would they learn some real fundamentals of a job and how things operate, but I mean, to teach a child acceptance on that level, which is something as a special needs mother that I know really, really needs to be worked on. We focus a lot on bullying and other things like that. But these children really just want to be understood. And a lot of these children that are, quote, normal, they don't know how to do that. So I feel they really do need a little help and guidance with that. And this is a perfect way, or even if we factored it in with, troubled, traumatized teens, anything, where we can really put the focus on the right place for so many of these young children who aren't getting what they need. Santa Barbara really lacking in that. And I just think it could be such a positive thing. And I have to admit, it does make me feel a little bit better, no matter the fact is I would give my daughter the world if I could. But there's a little part of me that would feel a little bit selfish if I was doing this just for Jen. But knowing how much the entire city could benefit from something like this, it drives me that much more. And it makes me see that we really have the ability to impact a lot of people. A very positive shift that Santa Barbara could really use, I feel.
Yeah, I think it's part of those other benefits that would arise from it. This opportunity for a teaching of compassion to teens that are looking to get involved, looking to volunteer, and this could again be an opportunity to come full circle, not only for disabled kids in town, but also the fully enabled that are looking to learn more and see what it's like and give back and volunteer. So I think it's a great idea. I really hope we could get this in front of somebody who has that compassionate heart, has the means, and wants to back this and wants to see this the Santa Barbara that we all know it can be, the one that's prompted by doing the right thing and having faith that it's going to work out and not just chasing the dollars. So let's hope that's I think we could put it out there, and we're going to get this video in front of the right people and start generating some exposure to your guys' effort, because it's been tremendous. On top of what you're doing at home to take this on, hats off to you both. Thank you very much. Yeah, so hey, it's been awesome. We're going to say goodbye, but I will post as much as I can. I'll send you this, and we'll get your website in there. And yeah, so nice.
Wonderful. And if you just everyone remember, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram. Nice. Share. It costs nothing to share our message. That's the best part, and you're just sharing love and positivity.
Yeah, let's make this the most shared Zoomcast ever. All right, Mike, Anne Marie, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you.